the piecewise function given the graph here. So we're going to be writing this piecewise function, which always starts out that f of x equals, and then we're going to have a bunch of different pieces. I see that there are three pieces, so I'm going to have three different equations here inside, or expressions. So first thing I want to look at is where does the graph change? So I see here that the graph is changing from the first function to the second one here, and the second function to the third function here. So that's actually going to help me tell me what the inequalities are on the right side of this function. So what I see here, first of all, is this point here is that x is -2. So my red line here, the first one, looks like it's going to be less than -2 because it's not a filled in circle. Whereas my blue line is going to be greater or less than or equal to -2 because it is filled in right here. And then it goes all the way to +3, and it is going to be less than 3 because it's open as well. Then the last one here looks like it's going to be x is greater than or equal to 3 because it's filled in. So because my line breaks at -2 and 3, that's where I get these numbers here. And then the less than versus the less than or equal to, basically because of the filled in or open circles. So now I got to figure out what the equations for each of these lines are. So to start us off on this one here, what I see is that my slope of this line looks like it is 3. But now I'm going to extend this line here to see, okay, up 3 over 1 to see where it crosses the y-axis here. And I see that it's going to cross at what looks like 8. So that's my y-intercept, which tells me that my equation for the first one is just going to be 3x plus 8. Now, the second one, this blue line is a horizontal line, meaning it has a slope of 0, and the y-intercept here is at +4. So that is just going to be 4 by itself because the slope is 0. And then lastly, my green one here looks like it's got a slope of -1. We're going down 1 and to the right 1. And if I were to extend that, I see that it crosses the y-axis at +2. So that's just going to be x plus 2. And we are all finished. We now have our function here where we see the inequalities tell us where it starts and ends, and the equation next to it, or the expression next to it, represents what the line is going to look like.